With the town coming on very nicely, the next thing I want to automate is resources, so that we get our citizens actually producing resources for us that we can use to keep expanding. Now, the first thing I'd like to do, we're going to be using wood probably most of all, especially in the early stages of the building's development when they go to like level 2 and a bit of level 3, before using a lot more stone in levels 4, 5 and beyond. Well, there is no beyond, that is it. But basically what we need for that is a forester's hut, and you can see here the recipe is quite simple. And if we just use a wooden axe, then we get one of these. If you want to have a couple, and it may not be a bad idea to do that, then you just use a stone axe. So let's go and get that, and then I'm going to place it down in a forest, kind of in situ. Oh, and also we need to replace this guy's fishing rod. So yeah, a bit of farming is something else we may need to get into as part of today's video. I'll have a look. I don't like sort of plan these out to that degree. We'll just kind of see how we go. Oh, this is cool. So it's actually Boxing Day right now. So we have the Christmas present looking chest. That's awesome. And if you're not aware of this as well, if we just go ahead and make up a single chest for a second, you see they are actually in red. So the double chests go to this green and the single chests go red like that. So yeah, kind of a nice little Christmas thing. And if you're watching this, I hope you had a great Christmas or whatever it is you may celebrate in your part of the world. Thank you for being here so shortly after Christmas. Although actually I'm realizing I'll probably be publishing this in several days' time. I'm just sort of making a start on it today. But I digress. So let's see, in my backpack I think I have this. And that means that we can make up this, which is the forester's hut. And I've gone ahead and made a couple because we had a stone axe just lying around anyway. But let's go into creative mode. And we're doing that so that we can find the best situation for this to go in. Now, obviously, what we want from this is to get a lot of wood. But we can kind of have a little think here. Like, do we want it to be in this area here, collecting oak wood? Or maybe over here collecting spruce or dark oak or whatever, because we are using like all different types for our town, right? I am using a lot of oak, but we're doing spruce and dark oak too. So what I might do for now, I think, is just place him down kind of in here, and we'll get a lot of dark oak and maybe a bit of spruce as well. We'll just kind of see how that goes. So if I come down here, let's put ourselves into survival mode. There we go. And we can chop down this tree, and there we go. I knew I had a tool somewhere to do this. So yeah, we do this because it's just quicker to do this little bit ourselves to clear the area. I'm assuming this isn't going to be a huge building though, so I think we might be able to place it down in this clearing. So it's actually under this fundamental section right here. There's the forester's hut. That kind of surprised me a bit. Let's take a look at the alt first, and then we'll do the other one. Now, with this building, I'm not 100% that it will live here forever. If we do this at level 5, that's how it's going to look. It's actually a really cool building. But would we want that so close to the town hall forever? I'm really not sure, so I'm not going to worry too much about this. We can always change styles later on and stuff as well. But that is a very nice looking building, and that is the alt one. What about the normal lumberjack at level 5? Kind of less impressive, but sometimes smaller buildings are better because you do only have so much space. And I don't hate that actually by any means. I can see us connecting up the rail and stuff there. So I'm going to go for this one. I like the fact that it's smaller. We're going to go for that one. And at level 1, I mean, that is going to be so simple to build, and that's kind of what we want. We just want to get started for now. So obviously for this one, I will not do a time lapse because it is way too small. We'll just put that one down about there. That should be fine. And back into survival to do our tick. Okay, very good. And I wonder now if we go ahead and let's see, build options. Oh, there we go. This is everything we need. So this is like nothing, which is great. So yeah, build the building, and she'll get started on that. I guess we could take down some of this stuff maybe, because I think she'll have to do it if we don't do it. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that worked. Okay, so the same way that we can chop down these big trees on this game, it actually works with the mushroom trees as well. That's kind of useful to know because it could be a way of getting a bit of food together, loads of like mushroom soup to give to our villagers. So yeah, I don't hate that that's a thing. That's actually pretty useful. And just like that, we have a forester's hut where now we can employ somebody to come and chop down wood. Apart from, we don't have anybody in the town that can do that just yet because we don't have anywhere for them to live. So that is something we're going to need to sort out. Now, housing is basically going to keep being a problem for us. We are going to have to keep building and upgrading our houses every time we want to get another citizen in. Now, this was the house that we went for, as you see right here. So we've already built one, and we could upgrade that, but that would require us to upgrade the builder's hut to level 2 first, and then we could upgrade that to level 2. So I'm not sure if I want to do that just yet. I think what I'll do instead is, if I go into creative mode, I want to find somewhere to make like a bit of a neighborhood where we make maybe 3 or 4 houses, maybe not all today, but you know, over the next few episodes or something like that. And then we'll see if we can make this a bit more efficient so we can start getting more and more people in, and then we can obviously expand our town, because every person represents a potential new job within the town as well. So I think behind the restaurant here, this is like a reasonably flat area. We could kind of build like in and around here. Now, what I'm going to do is actually go on a bit of a mission myself and clear a load of this land out, take down a load of these trees and stuff, and then it'll be a lot easier to see what Y levels we're working with and kind of flatten things out a bit. So I'll do that off camera, of course. It'll be incredibly boring to watch, and then we'll come back and look to place down some of the houses and maybe do some time lapses of that. Now, this is really awesome, guys, because we found, as you can see here, a abandoned mine shaft. Now, it's great because we can get a load of string, which we're going to need, but also all the other resources and things that we can get as part of this. Oh, look at that. We just researched stamina while I'm down here. So we did the research in the last episode. When the research is complete, that's what happens. It just shows up in chat like that. So basically, as soon as we get back to the town, we want to make sure that we, get something else being researched so that we can keep on top of that. But yeah, this is actually so cool to find this. All of this rail will be useful later on in the game. You can actually use research, funnily enough, to unlock... why would that not let me place that there? Do you know what? If we can find a cave spider spawner, it might actually be worth us trying to create a thing for that. Just wondering why this won't let us place this. Yeah, sorry, I panicked a bit there. Basically, if we find a cave spider spawner, I'm thinking it may be worth us creating a spawner farm with it. It's just so weird that we can't place these torches down here. That way we can get a lot of string, obviously, which we kind of need, and it would be useful. So yeah, I might do that. So I'm not sure if this is some sort of mod or something, but it looks like we cannot place torches too close to a spawner. Like if we try and do it, they will not place down. So I guess that's to prevent us from doing what I wanted to do, which was to make a spawner farm. I'll have to look into that. Regardless of that, we are still going to get a ton of string, so that's pretty good. But yeah, a spawner farm would have been like next level. That would have been so useful to us. And it's a shame if we're not able to do that. Now, we were able to make up 27 fishing rods, as you see right here, from this little trip. Well, we will be eventually anyway. We were too many for a minute. So that should keep our fisher going for a very long time. And I actually found another spider spawner down there, but my sword broke, and so I decided just to come home. But yeah, we should now get like a really decent amount of fish. I guess if you're looking to do this in your worlds and have a fisher as part of your town, just consider that you are going to need a ton of different fishing rods. They do get through them quite quickly. Anyway, with that done, we can now start looking to clear out those trees over there, as I said before. And the reason we actually went mining in the first place was to get enough iron to do that. We actually did get quite a bit of iron. We got 30 iron now, so that's quite a few axes to get through. I'm still really keen to get my own sort of mining area set up, but we'll build a mine later on today as part of this episode and as part of gathering resources, and Minecolonies mine. And then I'll make my own mine probably somewhere near that, or at least sort all this out, because yeah, storage is getting a bit crazy now. So here it is, guys. We have a beautiful blank canvas right now on which to build on. Took down all the trees and all the dirt and stuff. I think that I was, tempted to make it all at this level, because you can see here, like, this is the level the restaurant's at. We could take all this down, but I think having it at that level there is not a bad plan. So what I might do actually is use some of this dirt just to fill in a little bit of this around here so that we can build it up a bit. And then we'll look to put some houses down in here, get a bit of a neighborhood going. And that should stand us in good stead then to get plenty of new citizens in as our town keeps to expand. Keeps expanding. That's what I meant. It was Christmas yesterday. I'm still a bit hazy. So with that done, I've got 4 houses on me, and I want to look to place them all. So we're going to get them all situated along here and make up like a bit of a street. Now, I'm not entirely sure how we're going to do this, so I'm just going to kind of have a stab at it and see how we go. Now, the first question is, of course, what type of house we want to go for, and I kind of like the idea of going for these, and there's a couple of reasons for that. First of all, I do think that at level 5, they look really nice, and, they're a bit modern, but not too modern, I don't think, for the rest of the town, just having a look at this. Now, secondly, they don't take up a huge footprint. You can see here the actual size of the build, outlined in white, of course. So we could get quite a lot of these in this area, and space is at a bit of a premium. So if we were to put one like here like this, and then another one over this side facing it, we could have a row here of maybe 6 houses, like 3 here and 3 along here. So I think that's what we're going to go for. This is this one here, the Gratch 10-pan house. That's it at level 1, so much smaller. That's it at level 5. Building these at level 1 should be pretty simple, right? We just need to get a ton of oak, which we already have a ton of, and we can get more of if we need it. Now, what I want to do then is, let's see, if we move this back here, right into kind of the corner like that. Yep, that should be good, because I want to make sure we got enough space over here to do the others down on this side. And then what I'll probably do, I'm just trying to think where the road is going to go. That's the only thing, because we need the road to connect up here. So what I may do is bring the road down through here, the middle of these 2 buildings, which is the restaurant and the fisher's hut. Yeah, we might be able to do something like that. Or we could build a road, yeah, maybe along here and bring it through the back. Like, this is the town hall here. So could go over this way potentially. With the road, I feel pretty confident that we'll kind of get there on that one, so we should be fine. Just to do that, I don't have to plan it all out right now, basically. So we'll place that house down there, just like that, and then get the others in situ. So back into creative mode, and we'll place another one down here somewhere. And of course, we want this one here to be facing this one, so we bring it over here like this. And I wonder if I can get this one to show up. Yep, there we go. That's showing up right now. Okay, so then we want to get it all level with that. Let's see if I can get this in the right spot. Okay, so right now they'd be facing each other as close as we could get. If I move one to the left, you'll see the white lines appear there and they go into the blue. So they're now as close as they can be. Now, were they to be this close, oh, let's get around here, we'd still have a reasonable amount of space in between. We can move them, as you guys can see, where we could build like a road going off down here if we really wanted to. Now, what I want to do is, what if I flip this somewhat, right, and then move it back up? Wait, like that? Yeah, how will that look? See, that's kind of cool because now things line up and essentially this is now a mirror image of this one, right? And it should look exactly the same. So for example, this now lines up and then this one comes out this way to go in. This one comes out this way to go in. So I think I want to place all the houses exactly like that. So we'll place all 4 of them in the same way. So what I mean by that is if we just go ahead, let's go back into survival mode and put a tick, then we'll do the exact same thing over here. So all of these will be connected up and these 2 that are like this will be exactly the same, done sort of next to it. I hope that makes sense. You guys will see when the final thing is done. So I'm probably going to have to expand this dirt out a bit as well. I'm going to get on with doing all that and then we'll build the houses. So this is what I was talking about. Basically, you can see here, this is how it's going to look at level 5. These buildings will essentially share a wall. They're built right next to each other and they're opposite each other and everything points the same way. The lights are all synced up, the entrances all point the same way and all of that. So I think eventually once we have 6 of them, so I'm going to build another one here and another one over here, maybe even 8, you know, but this is going to look really, really nice and be quite a lovely part of the town. It makes sense to us. We're near the town centre, some more modern-ish style buildings as well for the houses there. So yeah, I think that's pretty cool. I hope you guys agree with the direction that we're going in. For now, we just want to hit the tick on that one. And those are the 4 that we're going to start off with. And if we go into the, let's see, build options here, this is what we need at level 1. And then obviously as the levels increase, you know, we'll need a lot more. But as I say, mostly just a lot of wood, and so we can get these built nice and quickly and then get on with expanding our town. Now, we just completed our first house here, and I'm a little concerned about why we have this out the front here, because it looks like we might have built this on the wrong Y level, so I'm not really sure what's happening. Now, it's kind of interesting because you go down here, but then you go up and into the house, and it seems the house itself is on the correct level. Like, this level here would be the same as this level here, but I'm not sure why all this is happening out the front. Just seems a little bit odd. Anyway, this is the house inside. It's very basic, but that's good because it means we can build all 4 of them relatively quickly. This is the back of the house here as well. I just think now maybe I placed them in the wrong spot. So you know what, let's go into creative mode and let's test this out. So what I'm going to do is let's grab a residence here and let's see if I get my survival inventory. We can grab our build tool and we're just going to do some testing. And if I've done it wrong, then I'll take it down in survival mode, but at least then we'll know. So I need to go to, let's see, it was fundamentals and a residence. We went for this one here. So let's do that one at level 5 a second. Actually, maybe we should just do it at level 1. That might be more helpful. But you can see here how we had it at level 5. Oh yeah, I've got a feeling that if I start to press plus, yeah, okay. Now, okay, couple of things then about this. So 1, very annoying. We have to take all this down and do it again. But how much better is this actually going to look? It's going to have a proper road and everything when we do this. So that's going to be really nice. And I really like the way actually that it's going to have stairs leading up into the house. Yeah, that's going to be a lot cooler. Okay, so let me see here. What I need to do now is press X on that. I don't want to place it. And this residence here, I cheated that in, so let's destroy that one on cam so you guys can't accuse me of cheating. And there we go. So now, unfortunately, I have to take this one down and build it again. Now, what I'll do, I did make a time lapse of this being built, but I won't include that in the video. We'll do a new time lapse of the new build once that's been done. And this is why you should always check the Y level. I'm pretty sure I mentioned that in episode 1, but then forgot to follow my own advice. So the next thing you guys will see now is this being built via a time lapse, but we'll get it at the correct Y level. So as I'm taking this house down, something quite unexpected has happened. It says we have a new child living here, which I didn't plan on. Although, you know, lots of children probably aren't planned. But yeah, so I'm thinking what I probably should have done is taken down the actual residence block first. And my goodness, it takes forever to take down. I'm surprised they've made it such a long takedown. Hang on, let me skip through this. Okay, so we've taken down that residence block. And I'll have to take down all of the other ones as well, of course, and move them, which I'll do in a second. But I want to head to the town hall now and just check. So I'm pretty sure I thought, you know, I'm sure I did this like that. I set citizens spawning to off and children to off, but let's have a look. Okay, so new citizen spawning is actually on. I'm not sure why that is. That should have been off, and I thought I'd set it to off, so that was my bad on that one. Is there like, I thought there was a way to set children off. I think there used to be, but I think that's the new thing. There's just now, it says there controls children and initial citizens, so yeah, that's the whole thing. Right, so we do have a child though. So basically that means that they're in the town and they'll count as a population of the town, I'm pretty sure. Let me go and check that. But I don't think they are like able to work or anything. So number of citizens is saying 8 out of 8, which is interesting because there's 4. Wait, is it 4? Yeah, 4 people are allowed because of the thing that we have, the tavern. Then we have 2 guard towers. That takes us up to 6. And we have 1 house built there, which is 7. And we had this house, but I've obviously taken this down, which would be 8. But it's like it doesn't recognize that it's been taken down, even though I destroyed the residence block. So yeah, that's a little bit odd. And I'm hoping that's not going to cause us too many problems with the population situation as we go through. I think what I'll have to do for now is just continue taking all this down and then rebuild the house and see what happens then, whether our population is kind of fixed at that point or not. All right, so this is how the street will actually look once everything's up to level 5. So I'm just getting everything lined up right now. I think this is just about right. If I move that one more that way, then yeah, it's intersecting. So yeah, that's perfect. Okay, so you can see here how the roads are going to be. Now, I did it this way because basically rather than doing the mirror image like we did before, that would mean that these lampposts were like, one would be right next to the other one here. In fact, I'll show you if I just mirror the image of this one and get it into situ. Yeah, here we go. So it looked like this, and I don't know, it just looks a bit silly having the lampposts like that. I think having them staggered like this is better. And then we have quite a nice roadway going down there, a very big roadway. These would be quite impressive houses when they're all done. So let me flip that one back and get it back into position. This is how it's all going to look once it's at level 5. And I think this can be very nice. So right now, I'll go back into, let's see, survival mode, and we'll do a tick for that one. And that's the 4 now all laid down. And once again, we'll build up the first one and do a time lapse of that. So that'll be this one here. Olivia, there you go, build building. Now the good news is I don't have to get the resources for it because obviously I already got them all. So I have them all on me actually. We can just go and give them all to her and she can get started.
God knows I've tried seeing eye to eye, but it's been going on for way too long. You see red and start to lose your head when you get.
So here we go. This is the level the house is meant to be at, and it all makes sense. We come here now, and from the level of the ground, we can just walk up and enter into it. Just before we do that, I think it's really nice. I like the way that even at level 1, they've built the staircase that goes up to it, rather than just having it on the floor. And as I say, inside, very simple, but that's exactly what we want to build a lot of these very quickly. And we even have little back steps here going out to a back garden. And of course, as each level progresses, the houses get much nicer. So what I'll do now is I'll build the other 3, and I won't time-lapse that because we've already seen that being built. Once it's done though, we'll have a look at how the neighborhood is shaping up in total. And at that point, we can start looking to get some new citizens in. Now, I have turned off new citizens coming, so it shouldn't be a problem when we build more houses. And in fact, let's go to the town hall and I'll see if the population's been affected now that we have built that sort of again. One thing to say though is the child, let's see if I go into here, what was her name there? Michelle. She actually grew up and wants a job. So they do age quite quickly actually. I was surprised at how quickly they actually aged. Okay, so number of citizens is saying 8 out of 8, and I think that's good. I think that is correct, right? There should be 8 now that house is built. So I was worried it would go up to 9 and we've messed things up, but it looks like it's sort of accounted for that. All right, let's build the rest of this neighborhood and see how it looks. And here we go, guys. Our neighborhood is complete. We have the 4 houses here all built right now. And so we have room for some new citizens to come in and a nice little neighborhood, as I say. So pretty happy with how this has gone. The question now is about what citizens we get in. Ideally, what we want to do is to get people in from the tavern and recruit them. But at the moment, every single one of them is asking for diamonds because I just checked and we don't have any. I haven't found a single diamond yet. I haven't done much mining, so it's not that weird that I haven't found anybody. But yeah, that's the situation. Now, it did occur to me that that person, the child that was born in our town, was her name Michelle. We'll see in a second. But she can actually start work over here. It is a little bit far, to be honest, from where she lives, but we'll see if that's an issue or not. So manage workers, there she is. I mean, strength 5, focus 3 is not terrible given that she was just born here. You know, it's not like one of the tavern people we've hired. So, you know, it is what it is. Now, I want to recall her. Let's get her straight over to here. And I think she's going to probably ask me for an axe, so we'll wait for that to happen. But also, let's see, selection tools here. So restrict the forester's working zone in 3D by right-clicking one corner and left-clicking the other. Right, okay. Now, do we want to restrict the zone? I honestly don't think we do just yet. I think that for now, I just wanted to collect as much wood as possible to help out with the wood requirements for the future upgrades of this town. So I won't do that just yet. Let's see, are you asking for an axe? You are. Okay, so we'll do that in a second. What else have we got here? So these are the saplings that she's going to replant, I believe. And for now, we'll just leave them all on. And I might just like go and get on with it kind of thing. Like go give her, let's see. Oh, this is cool. Right, replanting on zoning mode. What is zoning mode? I wonder. I might have to check that one out. So she could use shears to get us leaves if we wanted to do that. She could also break leaves. Maybe they get more saplings or apples or something then. And the zoning mode, I think, is if we use this, right? We can obtain the tool because that's talking about the zone. So what I'm going to do is go get her a load of axes, and I will double check, but I'm guessing, yeah, stone is the most that she can handle right now. So we'll get, I don't know, 5 or 6 of those to be getting on with and see how this goes. I'm hoping it's just self-sustaining. Like she chops down the trees, she gets saplings from those trees, which she replants, and obviously over time then they will grow and she'll cut them back down. But let's see how that goes. So let's now give Michelle the axes. I've got 6 axes here for her to have, and actually I wish I had some food. I'd given her some food, but never mind. So you have your axe now. Are you going to be happy, or is there something else that you need? Oh, she does actually have another request. Oh, she wants a hoe. Okay, I think that is for the leaves. Which is interesting because there's bloody sheep in the way here. If we go down, let's see, where was it here? Yeah, settings, it must be. Break leaves is set to off. But apparently she still needs them. Maybe the hoe is required for some sort of replanting. Was replanting even on, actually? Let me check that. Yeah, replanting is on, so maybe it's to do with that. I'm really not sure. Anyway, sorry about that. I guess I'll have to go get her a hoe, and then we'll try this again. So I just gave her 3 hoes, and I'm hoping now that she's going to get to work. What I'm interested to see is when we chop trees in this game, we just take down the bottom log. Is it the same for her? Does she just chop down the bottom log? So let's see, axe in hand. I'm assuming this is the tree that she's going to be going for. Are you going to start work? All right, she definitely has started work. I can tell that because inside her inventory are a couple of dark oak logs. So I'm just trying to see where they're coming from. I think it must be this tree, right? I think she's taking it down from the top. Let's have a look here. Yeah, there we go. That one just broke there. Okay, so it's not the same as us in the game where we chop the tree sort of from the bottom. It gets smaller and smaller and then collapses. She chops it down from the top. That's fine. She's getting logs. She's helping out, and that's going to be great because obviously we are going to get through a ton of wood as part of this game as we progress through. Now, with that done, the next thing I'd like to do is actually, did I assign her a house yet? That's probably the next thing I should do. But after that, the next thing to do is I want to get a mine going. And that will obviously then provide some other resources that we're going to need a lot of with all the stone that we'll need, but also things like iron, which obviously is good for tools for citizens and stuff like that. So manage housing. So Michelle is the one, isn't it? Yeah, Forrester works 93 blocks away. So there you go. You now have a house, and that will improve happiness because they do like to have a house to go to each night. What is Lily doing? That is very strange. Having to sleep maybe or something. Let's see what what the mine entails, I should say. So here it is, the mine block right here. Let's get rid of that. The mine just needs any kind of pickaxe to make that up. A wooden one gives us 1, or a stone gives us 2. So that's nice and simple. I have that on me. I'll go make that up, and then let's figure out where we want it to go. With the mine on me, I'm going to look to place it somewhere over here near the tree chopping area. And we could have then a bit of like a resource district where all resources are collected in the same sort of place. So what I need to do is see how big it is, but I'm thinking we could chop down these birch trees here and put it down on here potentially. But let's just go somewhere that's like a bit clearer so I can actually see the size of it first. Now it's actually under the fundamentals section there, so we can go to the mine, and we'll just start with the normal miner at level 5, see how that looks, and then we'll check out the alt. My goodness, okay, this is actually quite a big building. Oh, everything's coming in. Yeah, okay, so this is a little bit bigger than I thought it was going to be. Let's get it up in the air, and we'll just have a look at it up here for now before we decide where it's going. So obviously a lot of this will be underground as well. The mine sort of extends downwards. It's pretty cool, that, actually. I like the look of that. That is the alt miner. What about just the normal miner at level 5? Oh, that must have been the normal. And then the alt one is, let's see here. Oh, that's even nicer, actually. Yeah, I really like that, don't you? I think that's really good. Now, this is the medieval oak pack. So that would fit in with most of the town. Oak is kind of our primary theme, but I will also check out some of the others. Let's see what like spruce and dark oak will look like as well. And this here is the medieval dark oak one, which I actually think looks nicer. It's the same style, but just with more dark oak than oak. So that's the one we're going to go for. I just need to figure out exactly where to go. I don't want it to be too close to town center. And we've got the lumberjack area up here and stuff. So yeah, I'll probably put it like over here somewhere, but I'll figure that out and that'll be the next thing that we'll build. Just to say as well that at level 1, it looks like this. So not really worth a time lapse. I'll just go ahead and build it, but then we will check it out in action once it's been built. In the end, I decided to clear this area right here. There's a couple of reasons for that. First of all, it was already reasonably flat. It didn't take me too long to do this, so that was kind of good. Also, I didn't want to have everything too close to the town center where we're doing like a mine. It just doesn't seem right that it'd be too close. So we put it a bit further out instead. Now, I think this is going to be big enough. We need to just double check that. So let's see in my inventory here, got the mine and stuff there. So now we just put it in situ. All right, so this is how it's going to look. And this is the house that's right next to it. So that's how that'll be at level 5. That's loaded in, which is helpful. Now, I think what we would like is to have the courtyard facing in this way. And in that way, it can kind of connect up to this house a bit. I might even put it like that, although is that going to be okay? It's kind of got its back to the town then. Oh my goodness, everything's loading in here. Yeah, I was just thinking like eventually this house here could be where the miner lives, but even so, I don't think I want it like facing that way. I think this is a better option. So we just get it over here a little bit, and looks like we've got just about the perfect size bit of land here actually, so that's worked out really nicely. So this is how it will look at level 1. Oops, this is coming the way now. Yeah, much smaller at level 1, as we know. We looked at that before, and we want to check that we're at the right Y level, of course, because we made that mistake before. And it looks like we are, because that's now jutting out of the ground, whereas if we go down to here, then it's in the perfect little spot. So once again into survival mode, and we'll do a little tick, get that one built, and then I'll show you guys around. We'll get someone working here, and we'll see how it works in action. And here it is, guys. The mine has been built. As I say, not a lot going on here, although there is a bit more underground, so let's go take a look at that. We can go down here, like this is a little staircase that's been built, and just down here is the main mine area, and right now this is it. This is as far as it goes. But once we employ a miner to come and work here, they will start to dig down deeper, and we're going to go into that now. So over at the mine GUI, first thing is to hire somebody, and look at this, Isaac's going to be good. So I've hired a number of people that were available at the tavern, and so we've got like a lot of like better stats people to choose from. And as I'm saying that, actually Josiah looks better, because 11 plus 14 is a lot higher than 18 plus 1, right? So overall, this person's probably better. So I'm going to hire Josiah, was it? Yep. Okay, great. So, wait, quarry, hold on, requires a quarry building to mine a large hole. Safe job, but mostly returns common resources. Mines out a shaft system under the colony, gathering blocks and ores. Can be a dangerous job. Okay, interesting. This is a new thing that there's actually 2 different types right now. So I think this is actually the best one, right? Because it's safer and it returns common resources. So that'll be things like stone, I guess, and andesite and granite and whatever. But that's kind of what we want, because I can do my own mining for gems and things like that. But I'd rather have someone right now that's getting me all the cobblestone and stuff that I need when I'm building up the town. Now, let's see. Please assign me to a quarry. Hold on. Oh, wait. Does this mean that a quarry is like a different thing? Let's have a look here. So, oh, wow, it is a simple quarry and a medium quarry. That's so interesting. So these now are different types of building in the game. And you know what? I've never done one of these before, so I'm pretty tempted to make one of these up. I think that's what I'll do. I wish I'd known about this before, but hopefully it'll fit around the back of the mine here. And then we can actually have 2 people, right? We'll have a quarrier and a miner as well. Let me go and make that up, and we'll see what it looks like, and whether or not it warrants a time lapse. Okay, I've got the quarry on me. Let's have a look right now. If we go down to here, first of all, where is it going to be? Is it under, like, that's just mines, right? Yeah, there's no quarry in there. Okay, so it's not in there, so I wonder where it'll be. Okay, so I believe I found it. If we go to infrastructure, then miscellaneous, mine shafts. Yeah, here we go. There's a medium quarry there. And if we scroll down, there's a simple quarry here. Now, this is on the actual Minecolonies pack, so we may want to change that. But let's see, simple, oh no, wait, sorry. Simple quarry shaft is wrong. Oh no, I think my game's crashing. I meant to hit this one, simple quarry. Okay, so it took a while, but it loaded in, and oh my goodness, this is massive. So yeah, that's not what we want at all. Instead, let's just like X out of that and do that again. Okay, so here it is right here, simple quarry, and this obviously is very different, and let's go into creative mode to make this a lot easier. So it needs a chunk. That's the only thing. It is a big old thing, right? So, or like almost a chunk or something like that. I think sorry, a little bit more than chunk, I should say. Like if I do F3 and G to show the chunks, basically I think that this square here, let's just like get that higher. This square is going to be a chunk, and then this is like outside of that, and then it will mine all the blocks within that chunk. So let's see if we can line this up and if I'm right about that. Okay, so this is in a corner, and yeah, it's actually bigger than a chunk. So I think what it is the infill is a chunk, and then the fence that goes around the outside is slightly larger than that. So quite a big thing. What we probably want to do is have it in this kind of orientation here, like this, and then put it down here. Now, the good thing about it is we'll get us a ton of things like cobblestone, which is exactly what we want in order to, you know, progress our town and stuff. So I don't think it has different levels. I think like level 1, level 5, there's no difference. It just always looks like this. And we want it kind of at the back of the mine, but not like, you know, we'll give like a little bit of space, right? We'll try and level that up so it's like roughly in line and do something like this. So if I do it this way, it pokes out a little bit on this side, and I think a little bit on this side. No, okay, if I do that, does it poke out on both sides now? Not quite. Well, we'll have it like this then, because I think there's going to be a road going through here potentially. And then I won't worry too much about the fact it's not symmetrical. And yeah, so then how will this connect up? Like down here. Yeah, this is kind of nice, right? Like they can kind of connect up like that. So yeah, I don't hate this. So yeah, roughly we want it to go about here. Maybe we'll get it a little bit closer to that. That is how it's going to look at level 5, that mine. So that you can go pretty much right there, and that's still not really an issue. Yeah, okay, all good. So let's go into survival mode and put a little tick down there. And I guess we still have to build this, but we're not going to need too much, I'm hoping. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad, not too bad. So we'll select Olivia, we'll get this built. Not worth a time lapse this one, but it will be cool to see it in action. And we do have a couple of citizens like spare at the moment as well. So now we'll be able to hire 2 people, right? We'll have someone in the mines, someone in the quarry. We've got someone wood chopping. And actually, I'll show you how well the wood chopping's been going because I was pleasantly surprised when I went over there just before. So let's take a look. Yeah, here we go. So here is Michelle. And if we shift click, then she's got that stuff on her. But if we go over to her actual workstation and shift click, then you can see here all of this, which is so nice because all of that is just free wood. Like while I'm just playing the game in the background, getting on with other stuff, all that wood is building up for me to use later on. And that's really nice. Also, she has been replanting. I've noticed that saplings are going down and trees are growing. She's cutting them down. So at the moment, it seems like she's just like self-sufficient. And we're just going to leave her chopping down those trees, not set a limit to where she's doing that. But later on, if we want trees to stay in the town, then we'll look at using the tool to set a certain area for her to work in. I got a comment about builder's goggles in the last video I did, and the recipe for them is this right here. So it's fairly early game to get them, and we have ours right here. So if we put them on our head, you can see here, this actually gives us a preview of the build that's being built. Now, this is definitely a very useful thing because what we can do, for example, is if we take them back off, then we can see like where needs to be dug out or what needs to be placed, and then get involved in doing that. So for example, you can see the dirt here, right? As she places this dirt, it goes from a slightly like less than normal dirt color to the actual solid color, so we can tell what's been placed and what hasn't. And we could help out with the placing, or we could do some of the taking down or whatever. So thought it was worth a mention, and thank you for that comment. Do appreciate all you guys who help me out with stuff like that, and this could be very useful to people, so definitely wanted to share that. And our quarry has now been completed by Olivia, so that's great, and hopefully now we can assign this guy. So if we go into the quarry, let's see, miners, manage workers. So quarrier is this person here. Yep, that seems to make sense. So we hit hire right there, and he should be good. I think, actually, wait, can we recall him while we're here? Workers, recall worker. All right, so I want to check he doesn't have any like requests and stuff. But if that's all good, then hopefully he just goes and starts to work on that. And I'm just trying to see here. So does he just like, I guess he just digs out everything in this pit right the way down to bedrock, right? Oh, there he goes. And where is he going? Okay, so he needs something. And wait, he wants cobblestone to start working. All right, that's really weird. Well, let's give him 64 cobblestone. That's fine. We actually happen to have it on us. But I wonder why he needs that then. That seems odd. Okay, he now has another request. He wants framed cobble. Oh, I think, yeah, right. So basically, this is like when we tried to place down that quarry shaft thing. And it was like this really big structure. So he's going to use these things to make quarry structures whilst he's mining. So, okay, that's an interesting one. I'll have to go and make up a load of those, but where is he gone? Okay, he's just over here. So this seems to be the place he comes back to every time, but we do have a few on us that are left over. So if I just give him a few for now, maybe he'll start work and we can get a feel for what he's going to do. Yeah, here we go. He's placing these things around here. So it's kind of odd that he does it that way. Maybe, are these climbable? No, okay. I wondered if it was like scaffolding or something. So it's just for the aesthetic of it, I guess. Well, I'll go and make a load more of those up and give them to him. Wait, is that what he's asking for now? Okay, now he wants a shovel. Man, this guy's demanding. Okay, well, you know what? Let's just quickly make up a few shovels for him. I'm guessing he's going to need quite a few of them. So I guess we'll give him like 4. There we go. And he can get started right then. But yeah, this is all new to me. I've not done this before, so it's pretty cool that they have it. We just need to figure it out, obviously. So at the moment, it looks like he's just doing a lot of digging out and getting us a lot of dirt and stuff like that. And that will probably be for the first, you know, few Y levels down. But then we'll get into getting some cobble and things like that. So hopefully it'll be quite useful in the long run. I'm just going to leave him to it for now. I'm just keep an eye on him. And in the meantime, we can actually start on the mine as well. So manage workers. Let's see. I guess we'll go for, oh, that's the quarrier already. So we'll go for Isaac, right, for the miner. So that is you. Wait, why can I not hire you? Oh, okay. So currently we have an assigned worker to the mine, and I don't think we're allowed to assign anybody else to this. That's really interesting. So do I have to build a separate mine just for this? Because I've assigned this guy to the quarry. I'd like to have a miner as well, but do I have to build a whole extra mine just to do that? It is possible, right? I guess what I could do is at times I could switch him, right? So right now, if we go to manage workers, we could set him, like, fire him from the quarrier job, and then hire him as a miner instead. I guess we could do that. It's also possible that when we upgrade this to level 2 and stuff like that, then maybe we'll be able to hire like a second person. So yeah, I guess for now we just have to choose which one we want. And I do want him to do this for a bit just to see what happens. Plus I think some of the resources he'll get us will be actually quite useful. Now another resource I'd like to automate is wool, and we can do that by building a shepherd's hut. And do you know, that's so funny, a sheep has just turned up here. And the whole time I was clearing this land of all the trees and dirt and stuff like that, making it flat, I didn't see a single sheep. So that's pretty awesome. Maybe there is one in the area, because I think we might need that. So let's go to, let's see, agriculture, husbandry, shepherd's hut, and let's like zoom out a little bit here. So we are currently on the medieval oak pack, and at level 5, this is how that's going to look. Which, yeah, I think that looks pretty good actually. Let's just rotate around a little bit. Oh wow, yeah, it looks way better when you rotate around like this, right? Yeah, that's pretty nice, isn't it? So again, like we got the mine and the quarry over here, so lots of resources going to be placed in this region. I figured we could place the shepherd's hut here and then put some farms like around it in future episodes and stuff like that. So yeah, I think this is a good spot for it. Now in terms of the orientation, I think the way that it is right there is completely fine. Let's just get it down to the right Y level, so it'd be down like that, and it is going to look very nice. From the back here, it still looks pretty good as well, to be fair, like with all those roofs and stuff. So yeah, I think that's going to be pretty good. Now, one thing I'm not certain about is exactly where these roads are going to go. So what I want to do is leave space for a road in between these two. So if I line that up perfectly like that, then we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just like that. That leaves us enough space to do what we've been doing with the roads that we made over here, where we have kind of like a 3 wide road in the middle and a border on either side to make it a 5 wide road in total. And then I can put a road going in through here. So that way we're sort of future-proofing a little bit by doing that. So now the question is where we want it lined up. I think we want to get it over that way a bit like that, so we can kind of miss this hill over here. And yeah, that's pretty perfect actually. That misses the hill and it's in a good little spot right there. It's not too close to the town centre because we can get like another building in between it. So I think that'll be fine. And at level 1, it's going to look very different. Looks like that. So yeah, an entirely different thing altogether. That should be quite quick to build actually, which is good. So let's go ahead and put a little tick down there, and we'll get this one built. Again, not worthy of a time lapse, but once it's built, we'll see it in operation. It'll just be a very useful thing to have done because we do need a lot of wool throughout this game. So if we start to produce it automatically now, then that can be gathering up in the background. And then we'll need to, like, you know, get dyes and stuff, I suppose, to get the different colors of wool. But at least we'll have the fundamental ingredient. And we now have the shepherd's area right here, but we have to hire the shepherd and I'm guessing give them some tools. We may need to get them some sheep as well. I'm guessing we have to do that. Let's figure that out. So first thing is to hire somebody and, let's see, we've got, I guess Jaden, right, is probably the best. So we'll just do Jaden for now. Let's get you hired. Let's recall you and let's see what you need. Oh, he's got a request already. Oh, yes, the flu. Okay, all right. You know what? Let me go get a potato and a carrot so I can heal him up, and then we'll see what his actual shepherding requests are. Okay, I believe Jaden no longer has the flu. So let's see what other requests he might have. It feels like Olivia might be in the way of him actually getting to his workstation here, and he's just kind of stood there. Like, Olivia, your work here is done. It was a good build, but please leave now. There is, of course, one very simple way we can get her to leave, and that is to do that. Why did that not work? Oh, it did. There we go. Thought that wasn't going to work then for a second. All right, now that she's gone, let's go check on Jaden. He's going to have some requests. I've got some stuff on me preemptively. I've got some shears and also some wheat. So if he wants those things, then we're all good. But let's see what's happening here. Okay, so right now he doesn't seem to be getting any requests, but we do have a couple of sheep around here. So what I want to do is get these sheep over to him and just see if that changes anything. So this could be good actually if we get the black sheep and the white sheep. And then when we read them, we'll have 3 different colors, black, white, and gray, right? So that's kind of useful. And let's see, let's get them over here. So I'm going to lead them back to the pen over here. And maybe when they're within the region that they need to be, he'll then have some requests for like shears or wheat or whatever. Okay, so let's open up this fence right here. Here come the 2 sheep. Actually so useful that they were really nearby like this. And I'm not going to breed them myself just yet. I'm just going to leave them in here. And we'll see if like he wants to do anything with them. Let's shut them in. And yeah, there we go. He's got a request. That's awesome. Okay, what do you want? So yeah, he wants shears. There you go. There's your shears. And is he going to have any other requests? Let's find out. So if we go into the sheep, the shepherd's hut, GUI right here, under settings, breeding is on, which is good. Now, dyeing, interestingly, is also on, and so is shearing. So definitely want 2 of those on. I'm not sure if I want dyeing on or not. I think for now, I'm just going to turn it off. But, oh, hold on. What do you want now? Oh, okay. You know what? Maybe because I turned dyeing off, maybe he was wanting some dye, but now he doesn't need it. So that could have been that. I think we can do the dyeing ourselves later on. And you can actually get like a dyeing hut in this game, I think, like a flower hut where they'll make dye for you. So I guess that, we could have that for extra automation later on. But for now, I'm just hoping that he's going to get to work on these guys. And yeah, there he goes. Just as I said that, actually, he's coming out here. He's got his shears on him. So let's see. These sheep will hopefully be about to be sheared. Yeah, there we go. So he goes in, he's shearing those sheep, and he's getting wool out of it. So we have now got wool being produced for us. And hopefully he will breed them. Now, I wonder, if I give you some wheat, will you just go ahead and breed them? Let's keep an eye and see if he does that. Yeah, there we go. He's feeding them right now. They're getting the love hearts. And so things are off and running. The sheep are being bred. There is our baby grey sheep. That's awesome. And we'll steal that experience because why not? And we're getting wool. This is so good. In the meantime, we have our quarryman here digging away, and we're getting some dirt and cobble and stuff like that. We've got our mine there if we ever want it for the future. And we've got our shepherd here on the left, and then a little bit further up over here, we've got our resources being done there, the logs and things, right? Wait, hold on. Is he able to breed them really quickly? See, look, he was getting love hearts just then, but I don't know. Surely there's not. Like, it's got to be less cooldown, right? I imagine there's only so many sheep as well that we can have at this level. And maybe as we expand our levels outwards, we get... wait, is he breeding them again? This would be so interesting to see if that works. But yeah, I guess over time you can get more and more sheep. And there we go. He's off to shearing them again. So that's so cool. But yeah, I have to say it's been fantastic getting all this stuff automated, and it will really help us with our progression through the game. Behind me, we can see the town is really coming along nicely. And today's episode is going to really help us because we've got so many resources now that are automated in the town just to speed up the expansion. So I hope you guys are enjoying the series. And as always, I just want to say thank you so much for watching. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one.